In 2005, AP released modern Royal Oak that was more accessible, more affordable, more sporty, more thicker with masculine feel and lesser delicate with classic movement. Originally introduced in 39mm case, the watch case was later upgraded to 41mm size. The watch was beautiful, balanced, sporty, upsized, elegant and yet delicate, but housed a movement caliber 3120 that was originally designed and crafted for 39mm case size 15300. Fast forward another 7 years and we have all new reference 15500 with the same 41mm case size and some cosmetic changes in the dial face, but a completely brand new in-house caliber 4302. When Royal Oak came out back in 1972, it made a bold and daring statement. It was a design that no eye had ever seen or imagined before. It was a fresh concept of watch case integrated with the bracelet that no one had even envisioned before. A watch always used to be housed inside the case and then a strap or bracelet tied to it. And then Royal Oak was introduced that shook the whole watch industry. Not only because of its completely different design, but a bold statement with angular design that soon became a roaring success. Recognized instantly as an icon was its octagonal bezel with 8 screws that AP has always been taking the pride on. Something else that also did become a signature design element but secondary to octagonal bezel was the tapestry pattern in the dial. Even though it has always been emphasized and considered an iconic design element, this new model 15500 appeared to be primarily saying out aloud, "It's all about tapestry pattern." As all other cosmetic design changes in this model from its predecessor have apparently one common goal that they seem to have achieved: show the tapestry dial more. The bigger case with shorter hour markers and lesser text now showcases the tapestry dial far more than it does the octagonal bezel. Yes, the octagonal bezel looks more circular now than it used to. That's a topic for another time. The hour markers have been shortened and widened to not only lend a more sporty look to the watch, but also to increase the undisturbed tapestry space between them and the axis of hands. The date is pushed out towards dial rehaut, leaving further the uncluttered tapestry squares. Even the counterweight of the seconds hand is now skeletonized to reduce its presence and substance, although the seconds hand is not tapering anymore towards its tip, unlike 15400. The skeletonized seconds hand does, however, work perfect with the overall sporty look of the watch. The biggest change is the removal of text automatic from the lower half of the dial, meaning there is now no text below the axis of hands. The loss of text, although again increases the tapestry dial to flourish in its full glory, but does leave a lot of empty space that seems to be missing something vital that was always there. It may be because I'm used to seeing outgoing model 15400, but the missing automatic word at the lower half does seem to leave the dial a little incomplete and unbalanced for me personally. And that's not only because of the lack of the text, rather the history behind the text automatic. Let's not forget, when Royal Oak came out back in 1972, it was the time the mechanical industry had seen the biggest decline due to introduction of quartz watches called quartz crisis. It was the fresh and bold perspective that Royal Oak gave in the flesh of mechanical automatic watch, which not only saved the company and brand AP, but the whole mechanical watch industry. The word automatic in the sense was not just a display of technology in the case. It was the pride that saved the industry. It was the history that's written in the horological books. It was the concept that changed the watch world to what it is now today. This reference is the first Royal Oak ever produced since 1972 to have the text automatic removed, yet has automatic movement inside. This is good and bad in a way that it clarifies that this sports version of Royal Oak is not a replacement option anymore for the all-time classic 39mm 15202. And then you can have both this and Jumbo in one collection and it will still not be monotonous. This new Royal Oak is beautiful, clean, simple and stunning, but it has moved further away from iconic Genta looks, characteristics and design. It's beautiful, but very different. The new caliber 4302 offers 70 hours of power reserve as opposed to caliber 3120 that had 60 hours of power reserve. The diameter of movement is 32mm, which fits the 41mm case nicely, although I personally did not find the outgoing movement 3120 at 26.6mm to house too small inside the same 41mm case. A look at display back offers a beautifully crafted, solid, pink gold oscillating weight that is now skeletonized to show the little attention to details of movement inside without blocking the view. The new time and date movement consists of 32 jewels and 257 parts and beats at 28,800 vibrations per hour, meaning a more fluid and sweeping movement of seconds hand than its predecessor. What is not here on offer to marvel the eyes? Geneva stripes and bevel edges, polished screws, series of jewel bearings, and a beautifully crafted new balance bridge that sports a free-sprung balance wheel, and then all the edges that are chamfered and beveled to perfection. The movement is indeed a work of art and a joy to look at. There is absolutely nothing here that you can see and fail to appreciate. There's absolutely nothing here that you will look at and not fall in love with. On the wrist, the piece wears extremely well. My wrist size is 6.5 inches or 16.5 centimeters, and you can see that the watch case at 41mm and lug-to-lug height of about 51mm, and despite being integrated bracelet that does not taper straight down, wears beautifully. There is no sense that the watch sticks out of the wrist or cantilevers over on either side. The case with the bracelet tapers down beautifully due to well-engineered lugs that protrude downwards to allow the watch to hug even smaller wrists like mine just perfectly. The bracelet on the watch is one of the most beautiful design elements and the most beautifully crafted metal bracelet in the industry in this price point. When you start to look at the attention to detail on the bracelet and the case, you start to notice the reason why Royal Oak commands the price it does. Yes, it is all hand machined, and every link connecting to bracelet and case has multiple facets that are intermittently polished and brushed to produce the effect of iconic Royal Oak it is known for. I can't recall a single time I flicked my wrist to appreciate the craftsmanship, and it did not bring smile to my face even upon looking at the bracelet, let apart the dial. I'll do a comparison of this watch with outgoing reference 15400 in my next video, so if you're keen, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon below. If you have any queries, feel free to leave the comment down or contact me on my Instagram. The details can be found in the description below or on the screen. Thanks for watching, and until next time, have a good one.